Welcome to the JunkYard Rat Show. On Friday night during the rain, I went to the Union Station Wee Lounge open mic, and the electricity went out during the first comedian. And I think God was trying to send me a message about my comedy career. But I am kind of a heel. I was outside, there was no lights. And I saw a fruit stand with no lights. And I thought about taking a couple apples home. But I didn't do it because I'm a good person. But my first instinct is always to take a couple apples home from the fruit stand if it's dark. And I feel like maybe God is punishing me by turning off the electricity before I get to hit the stands. It's sad. And today we got Paul, the producer. My guest is coming on at 2 p.m. from the East Coast. So far this is me and Paul. So it's exciting, yeah. It was like, it was flooded. Like Friday, 5th and Mission was like flooded between right in front of the old Mint building. And I think they did that on purpose. Because back in the day, they're like, if there's a lot of rain, they don't really want people robbing them. So they said, let's just flood that street every time. But I swam across. I got here. I made it. I swam across the ocean. In fact, I was wearing Crocs. I was wearing Crocs. And but it was okay because I got to Barbary Coast, took off my Crocs, dried my socks.
Now, had then been real crocs, like crocodiles, you could have made it across there without getting wet at all.
That's right. But then the croc could have ate me or something.
If you had him strapped to the bottom of your feet, maybe he wouldn't be able to get to you.
Oh, yeah.
These are things I think of when I get stoned.
Yeah. I like Barbary Coast. They got snacks. I didn't realize they got snacks.
They have snacks.
They got snacks. They got like muffins. If you go there in the morning, they got muffins and free coffee.
Yeah.
A Barbary Coast. Get your muffin. I'm all about free muffin,
You're all about the free muffin. You're all about the free food, the free shit anywhere you go,
well,
quite honestly.
I always tell people you should get your muffins for free, Never pay for a muffin,
Right.
But it's pretty cool. And then I went back Saturday because the Uka was there on Saturday. But the weird thing is they put a timer on the Uka machines,
Right.
And the timers went off. I'm like, whose idea was to put a timer on the Uka machine? Was it Barbary Coast who put the timer? Because before COVID, I used to go to Barbary Coast and they used to give us these timers so we could only be there a half hour. The timers that they would give you, like at the restaurant, to let you know your table's ready.
Right.
They would give you one, so when it went off, you knew your half hour. But I got smart. I went from the back, and I turned off like the timer. I found the timer's G spot.
The timer's G spot.
I turned it off, but the thing was computerized. It would turn on again, so it kind of baffled me. I didn't like going there because I'm like, are they really giving us just a half hour? But now there's people, but yeah. But when the timer went off, I'm like, Whose idea was to put a timer on this machine? You know, was it Barbados? Was it? But I do like the hookahs. It was kind of chill. They give us a free hookah thing.
I can't do hookahs, man. I can't do tobacco.
No, it's not tobacco.
Oh, but it's actually just cannabis in
it's
a hookah?
It's an hookah.
It's an hookah.
It's called hookah. It's an hookah machine. In fact, I think they got events a lot. I'll let you know when the next one is around. I think they're Barbary Coast. Sometimes they're at Mo Greens. I think they do Urbana.
Okay.
But Urbana, I haven't been to Urbana, but it's called Uka. The problem is you can only use the carts on the Uka machine.
Right.
And the carts are like $25 a piece. They're not cheap. But they do give us free carts, which is pretty chill. But yeah, when the timer went off, I thought, oh man, whose idea? I didn't ask, but whose idea? And it turns out the hostess also sells crypto. So
Also sells crypto.
So if you don't laugh, why are you laughing? Why are you laughing?
Because everybody's got to have a side gig, and currently it's crypto.
Why? These aren't full-time jobs. I don't think that
No,
the host, the weed hostess, the ones I think they just work maybe a couple times a week, maybe.
Okay.
They just go from different dispensaries. But yeah, she was telling me. Actually, she told me that Urbana opened up a lounge in Oakland. They got a new store on Grand Avenue. It used to be a bar. So Urbana. But yeah, the whole timer thing was kind of depressing because I thought I was going to go for like 3 hours on this hookah machine, the hookah.
Right.
And I don't even think I was done.
On the hookah machine.
The hookah. It's not a hookah, but and I think it's part of cookies. I think because most of the carts, but it was weird because I was at the Emerald Cup and I found one of the carts, and it didn't say what it was for, and I took it home with me and I kept looking at this thing. I'm like, what the hell is this thing? Right?
So does it look like a cart for like a vape?
No, it's like it's round. It has like a red top. It looks like this. It's like
a disc.
It's like a disc thing, yeah. But it looks like a cream cart, you know, where they put the coffee cream, the little.
Okay.
It looks kind of like that. But I saw one of them, and I'm like, what the hell is this thing? And it turns out that's what it was. So, but yeah, you know. So I didn't go get on stage at Union Station because they were letting us do it in the dark, but somebody said that it smells weird in here, something burning weird. And that the whole crowd just bailed on the weird smell.
Because it was something it wasn't tobacco, it wasn't cannabis. It was some other illicit drug, probably.
I don't know. I mean, have you been to the Union Station? There's no way you can be doing drugs in there. I mean,
yeah, but you can mix shit in anything. But and if everybody's scattering, somebody could have, put a little whatever on top of something else, and yeah.
The weird thing is that there were comedians there, but they didn't know who I was. I mean, I've been gone so long that there's actually these newcomers. They have no clue who I am. I had to tell them I'm here to do some sets.
So usually what happens with me is I'll meet someone new and then they'll go look me up and they go, oh shit, you've got like 400 friends that are the same or something like that. And they'll figure I have to be someone.
Yeah. Why don't tell them who my last name? I'm like, I'm just Chris, you know.
Oh, I bend my name all the time.
Not me.
People remember my last name like they remember your last name. They get it wrong. They get both of our names wrong, but they remember our last name, especially if we're saying them.
But there's no sign-up sheet, so there's no. You just tell the guy. There was no.
I'm Chris.
Just Chris.
Just Chris.
And I think they went to Mo Green's afterwards.
That doesn't even set you up for success. Hey, everybody, your next comedian on the stage, Chris.
Yeah. It was with
what an intro, Chris.
I don't know. It's just
hey everybody, the bathroom unlock code is 1234, and your next comedian, Chris.
Well, I like going there because hopefully they'll start hooking me up with free shit. You know, if they see me on stage. But yeah, but you know it's
They'll go. I know your name. You're Chris.
you're Chris. I thought about using JunkYard Rat. Well, maybe I should call myself JunkYard Rat.
I think especially if you do a character, but Junkyard Rack is very much like you, just louder.
Oh yeah,
So I know a comedian that tried to do like his version of an Andrew Dice Clay, but yet he went up with his own clothes,
yeah,
looked the exact same, didn't change his voice, didn't change his hair. At least in the old days. Remember the old days when comedians would turn around? They would like turn around towards away from the mic and they would mess up their hair
yeah,
and they'd go, "Okay, I'm someone."
yeah.
At least they were attempting to look different.
Well,
But if you're looking the same, you're sounding the same, but yet you're spewing, like in this case, he was trying to be Andrew Dice Clay.
yeah,
So what was he doing? He was being male chauvinist pig, sexist, racist, a little bit of everything. He was trying to get a rise out of everybody. That just comes off as you're a hateful person. And if you're doing that, you're not a comedian no more.
well, the only comedian
You're not even an insult
it's
comic.
like I met Oliver Graves, and then you look at his character, he's like a different person. You know when
Who's all?
Oliver Graves is the guy who dresses up. I forgot what his stage name is, but he's got like a he's got like he paint. He's in white face. I don't know what it. I think he was in America's Got Talent for a while. I forgot his stage name, but yeah, he's a completely different. I don't know many people who were able to pull off a character. You know.
I used to tell my wife, she goes, "Okay, so what's the difference between you, your persona on stage and you?" In the beginning, it used to be 90% not me, 10% me. And you had to figure out what the 10% was. And it was usually somewhere in the punchline or something. And so now, 16 years later, I feel that it's 90% me, 10% not me. And you still got to figure out what percent is not me. And it's probably not the part you're thinking of. The strangest part, the joke part, is probably true. There was probably some other thing I had to make up. Like comedians do it all the time. "Hey, this happened to me today." Or "I just came back from the doctor." Or, "I was on the bus today." None of this shit really happened today. Or, "I just broke up with my girlfriend," kind of thing, or whatever. So
you should say that the comedian is single and Paul is married, but the guy on stage is single and bangs a lot of broads and stuff.
yeah, so I was like coming up with some material, and it had to be that it would only work if I was single. And so I'm like, okay, well, I'll still write the material, but I'll never perform it. But if I see somebody it might work for, I would give it to them if they were cool. Or I would say, "Hey, I wrote this, can't use it. If you can, get ahead." But there was a couple things where I just wrote, and it was kind of funny because, I had to be single. I was basically saying that. Anyway, so yeah. So sometimes you have to take creative license to make your joke work.
That's true.
Especially if you're going to reinvent something that was said or done and it wasn't really based in reality anyway. A lot of what we say on podcasts are just bullshit. We say it because it's funny. We say it because it gets a reaction.
Not me.
No, not you never say anything for a reaction on a podcast.
Well, of course
You're full of shit.
Of course I do.
Okay, there you go. So there's stuff like that where you're like, "Oh, that was hella funny." But you can't really say, "I was on a podcast and Junkyard said this and Paul said that and ha ha ha." Everybody was laughing.
Did you got a Blue Sky? Are you getting a Blue Sky account? Or?
A Blue Sky? What the hell is Blue Sky?
Blue Sky is the...
You inform me. That's one thing about you. You seem to keep me up to date on everything current.
That's the app that all the people are leaving Twitter because they think because they don't like Elon Musk.
Yeah, Twitter does suck now.
And they're all going to Blue Sky because it's like the liberal Twitter, I guess. I don't know. I think it was started by the guy who used to own Twitter, actually.
I forget who the guy was.
If I'm correct. But yeah, everybody's going to blue sky. But my question is, and this is the serious question, and I'm wondering if anybody what's the number here?
You can call in. That's right. Call area code 650-503-3435. Again, that's 650-503-3435, and we can pick up your call.
Is there porn in blue sky?
I'm not sure.
That's my only thing. I don't want to join any more apps that people can't put porn on, you know?
Right.
That's one thing about it. That's why I find it funny, all these people leaving Twitter. They must not have OnlyFans accounts, but because I think Twitter is the only app that lets you put porn on, you know?
Right.
You can't do it on Instagram, TikTok, you know? Facebook is getting a little more risque, you know? So they're letting you put maybe half a titty on, just the front part, the top part of the titty. You like my t-shirt?
Yeah, the Spencer Divine shirt, sure, absolutely, because you're repping someone.
Yeah, but the weird thing is, you know, I realized this is the first time I actually had a man between my boobs and stuff, you know? I'm thinking this is too weird having a man's face between my boobs, you know? I usually don't have a man between my boobs, so it's like, it's kind of impressive and stuff. Yeah, Spencer Divine.
Let me see if I get our phone line.
The studio hotline is open. 650-503-3435.
Thanksgiving. What are you doing for Thanksgiving? You know, Thanksgiving is hard for me because, you know, every time I see cranberry sauce, it reminds me of Chad, you know, and I miss Chad. Chad is not around anymore. And every Thanksgiving, I look at the cranberry sauce, and I'm like, what happened to Chad?
What's happened to Chad?
What happened to Chad? Can somebody answer that question for me? What happened to Chad? Do you know what I'm talking about?
You mean Hanging Chad?
Nah, there's a movie called My Old Ass. It's Aubrey Plaza. She comes back and tells her younger self to stay away from Chad.
Oh, no.
And
don't remember the movie.
Yeah, and she's like, is he a bad guy? He's like, he's not a bad guy. He just dies.
Right.
So I'm explaining to you so you understand when I'm making Chad jokes. What I'm talking
so I can be in on the inside joke. That's what I like about you. Always keeping me on the inside.
You can be on the.
I am on the inside. I am the inside man.
Stay away from Chad.
Stay away from Chad.
Stay away from Chad.
Chad's bad.
Chad who? What the hell? What happened to Chad?
I feel so much more.
At first, I thought she was talking about the country. Isn't there a country called Chad?
There is a country named Chad.
Like, are you trying to tell us?
I have a friend that used to work at my ex-employer named Chad. But I don't think it's the same Chad.
No, I don't think so. Stay away from Chad.
Stay away from Chad. Especially that Chad. Chad's cool.
But they never tell us how he dies. It's kind of like a mystery, you know?
It is a mystery.
Maybe they're waiting for like the sequel, but I don't think there's gonna be a sequel. But yeah, the parents own a cranberry farm, so Chad worked at a cranberry farm. That's where the cranberry comes from. You see, my jokes, they make sense.
They make sense. They're not funny. I mean, they're funny, but they're not.
That's why the cranberry sauce.
Oh my God.
I'm a bad. Stay away from Chad. I'm sorry about Chad.
So I can't believe how much action my competition, and what I mean by competition, here, I'll take the camera off here for a second. What I mean by my competition is the defunct Mutiny Radio. So Mutiny Radio hasn't had a brick and mortar building for 8 months or something like that.
Yeah.
Yet Pam's been hustling. God bless her. God bless her. She's been hustling. So she's been hustling, and she still gets a lot of traction with her posts, and people's helping her because I think she still has plenty of showcases and open mics and shit.
Yeah, I think they're still running some open mics. I think Spencer Divine is one of the hosts.
Yeah, I think like they've had Mark, they've had what's her name, the one that just had Lauren Kraut.
Oh yeah, Lauren Kraut. Yeah,
They've had a few people take over open mics, and that's great. I guess
yeah.
that's something, and they probably net some sort of revenue. Yet we have these beautiful studios, and boy, it's like a ghost town in here. I just saw a fucking tumbleweed blow through.
But what happened to all the shows? I mean, did they go to another station? I mean,
Yeah, so even that, I tried to be respectful and not go and hit up every show that was fucking there.
yeah.
And so towards the end, I was anyway. They all went. I think they either went somewhere else, either took on their own or stopped. I don't know. And so I saw a couple of them go to another competitor of mine. I saw a couple of them just kind of fizzle out.
Is it the Valencia one?
Yeah, Valencia. I know that at least one went to Valencia, if not two.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. And so that's fine. Again, as long as people have a platform to do what they do, and what we're doing is quite different than what they were doing. So it would be great if people knew. If people knew that here at Id Studios.
It's a nice building and stuff.
It's a nice building. We're doing this. I mean, we're literally you and I can have this conversation and be on mic and camera and everything's set up and done, and we have graphics, you know. Here's mine. There goes mine. Here comes mine. We got it all. But we do get business. We just get business really slow. I'll like add a client, then two will leave because they're moving or family emergency or something, and then I'll gain another one, and then we'll, lose another 1.5. Or it's weird. It's a weird business.
You need to get out and you need to go to the Union Station and meet the younger comedians.
Yeah, I definitely need to go out and do more comedy, even if it's at a fucking open mic.
The Function.
I'm not one of those comics that's like, oh, it's beneath me to do an open mic. I'll do an open mic because everybody needs to go to the gym and work out.
Oh, yeah.
And there's times where you need to get paid for what you're doing, and there's other times where you just need stage time and a crowd. And so I'm not too proud.
Especially if they let you smoke weed at the open mic. That's always a plus. I think Friday might be a bad time to do it at Union Station, though. I think if they did it on a Wednesday, maybe it would be better.
Right.
But that's why people end up hating me, because I always got opinions on how to make their open mics better. Like, I'm like the open mic master and stuff. I should write a book, How to Improve Your Open Mic. First of all. But yeah, I'm surprised there's not more people. But I mean, Friday nights is where all the book shows are, so.
Right.
So maybe they did it. It starts at 8, or they did it at 6. Maybe they can pop in before. But there's always a crowd. I've been there twice. I killed it the first time. But yeah, I don't mind open mics. But, a lot of times it's just waiting around, sitting around. But when you can smoke weed, I'm down with that, And Union Station's got good deals.
I was just shared something on Facebook. So we were just talking about, it's funny, we were just talking about Mark Neuer. I said Mark, didn't say Neuer, but I did this time. He just shared a memory from like 6 years ago at Spiegelman's showcase that he used to have at the deli on Ocean Beach. Have you ever done that?
No.
So he used to have a showcase at a deli on Ocean Beach, and what you got paid is you got paid in food. So you would get half a deli sandwich.
Just half.
Just half.
Just half.
It was a good deli sandwich, but just half.
I'll go down there, but I think the reason I didn't go is because Spiegelman stopped booking me and stuff.
It seems like you run into that once in a while. You'll have people stop booking you.
They stopped booking me and stuff.
Is it because you burn a bridge?
No, I'm not even on Bacon. I don't know where all the book shows are.
But why aren't you on Bacon? Did you get kicked off Bacon?
Yeah, Dan Wilson kicked me off like 10 years ago.
Dan Wilson, I remember Dan
I've never
Wilson.
been able to get back in. And stuff.
Really?
You
must be like the total, like they got you on a list. It says, don't fucking let this person back in.
I don't know. I mean, I asked people
Because you might have been outspoken, but you didn't do anything that burned your bridge.
I don't even know why he kicked me off.
I see why they kick certain people off. So like Jermaine, I'll go over to my camera again so I can feel like I have some ownership of this. My buddy Jermaine got pissed off because he thought it was a whole bunch of politics and bullshit, and I get it.
Yeah.
And being a comedian, you're not being true to yourself if you don't speak your mind. And so I forget what it was about, but he was basically calling somebody racist or the system racist or basically whatever. And then he basically said, you can, blow me. Basically, you can blow me. And he didn't say it that nicely. He said, you can bleep, bleep, bleep,
Did he get any?
And he literally took a picture of his wang and posted it in the comments. And I thought, okay, that's pretty... You're basically, you're burning a bridge. Yeah. When you do that, you're burning a bridge. And so if you're okay with that, that's fine. But definitely don't go years later, why aren't I part of that group?
Well, one of the reasons, I don't eat pig, so...
You don't eat pig?
Maybe that's why they threw me out of bacon. I don't eat pig and stuff.
You don't eat pig.
I don't even know. Like, I think about it, but I think it's hard to get in there. Like, once they blocked you out, like, you got to get permission from Jesus or whatever.
Well, no, I think you really? So I know that if someone bans you from a page, you have to go back into the settings and unban them. Because I've banned people from pages.
Yeah.
And then you got to go back into that page and unban that person.
I could just start.
If they were trying to get back into your group, it would just deny them because it wouldn't give them the option to even apply for it.
I could start another Facebook page and do it smart this time. I would just
they have different bacon. So they have the main bacon, and then they have like another bacon, right?
Which I would have pictures of hot chicks. Like I would take some hot chicks Facebook page and recreate and start my own page with her, because hot women always get let into the party. Nobody questions the hot women, but anytime I some Facebook page asked me to like friend them, and it's like a bunch of hot pics, I'm like, this ain't real.
Right.
This ain't real, dude. I don't got hot women trying to like, look at my ass. Oh, Chris, look at my ass. I'm like, I know that's not you.
Well, I usually, you can always tell when you have a fake friend request. So like, they're usually things like they're these young, pretty girls wearing bikinis. Yeah. So the one I just got today wants me to confirm. You have a new friend request from Low Income Home for Rent. That's what it says, and I'm like, yeah, okay. Oh boy, I'm so enticed to make you my new friend. Low Income Home for Rent.
There was one woman who was trying to send me a package. She wanted my address, and I'm like, you're not getting my address. I'm not that stupid.
Right.
And she's got pictures of people receiving boxes, and I'm like, come on, man, what the hell? Like, you really think? They won't even tell you what they're sending you. It's really weird, but what's your address? I want to see you, son. No, you're not. No.
What was it? He's probably listening. Myron, if you're listening, you still owe me some cat toys or cat food or dog toys or dog food or...
Yeah.
You've mentioned my animals before, Myron. This goes out to you. Here, I'll get on camera. I'll make a play. I'll make it a short. Hey, Myron. That's right. Paul Brumbaugh here at Studios. And this is what I'm talking to you about. You had made me a promise to send me something, either cat toys or cat food or dog toys. Hit me up. It's just in time. I'd love to give some of the stuff for my little furry friends during the holidays. So feel free to send it to me and reach out to me, and I'll give you a mailing address.
Yeah, I mean, Myron lives, what is he in, like, he's not in Santa Rosa. He's before Santa Rosa. I mean, he's in the Bay Area, but I always try and talk him into coming in, but I don't think he does that. But
I don't think he does any of that anymore. He used to be here in the city, right? And now he's not.
Yeah, and he keeps telling me that his therapist won't allow him back on the show yet. He said as soon as the therapist okays him coming back on the show.
What, onto Junkyard Rat?
Yeah.
So what was why was it not safe for him to go back on the rat?
No, I'm making that up.
Okay.
He's telling me he's not ready.
He's not ready.
What are you making some voodoo doll of me? You're not ready to
I've had people tell me, and I'll go back again on camera. I've had people tell me for like, oh my God. I've had one group of gentlemen that I've been helping for 6 months, 5 months, 4 months, 5 months, 4 or 5 months. I think I feel good with that. I've been helping for 4 or 5 months. I've given them probably 20 man hours of my time, and I finally cut them off because they won't make their shit. They won't make a podcast, and they're like, well, everything has to be perfectly aligned. No, it doesn't, folks. Just get in and start doing your podcast. What are you on? You're on season 4, episode 7.
Yeah.
He didn't just roll right into this. He literally just started doing it every week, started getting acclimated. That's how you get started.
Yeah.
You start doing a podcast, you start putting weeks behind you. You should never look back. I know people get stuck with editing. Stop editing your shit. People just want to know exactly what you're saying. If they can hear you and you're entertaining or educational, or if you have any worth, they'll watch your podcast. They're not in the care that my lower thirds aren't there like that. They're not in the care that my screen is naked. They're not in the care that my logos are gone. They just want to hear a conversation, right? And so here, I'll put both logos back and my lower thirds. But you don't have to have all the bells and whistles to do what we do. You just have to be able to have a microphone that can hear you, and a camera that can see you. So.
Oh yeah.
All the other shit just comes after that.
Maybe Myron can tell us what happened to Chad. What happened to Chad?
Well, here's the other thing: is that Myron used to be a really avant-garde stand-up comedian. He was like you on steroids. He was like one of those people that you could almost dare him, and he would just go on stage and do it. What was it? The one time he drinking out of a dog bowl and whatever else, or eating out of a dole.
He doesn't like me bringing up that story, but
okay. But I've seen
dirty tricks. He peed in a dog bowl.
He peed in a dog bowl. Okay.
Yeah, I think that got him banned. I think it might be the only person who got banned from.
Okay, so but I've seen him even just on his post of stuff that he used to do back in Robin Williams' day. That was so avant-garde. He made people like Bobcat Goldthwait look tame.
Yeah.
Right? And so if you can do that on stage, or ever did that on stage, then you can do that on a podcast. And then for your therapist to tell you shouldn't express yourself in a free, a positive and creative and a non-threatening environment, that's wrong too. So tell your therapist, get a new therapist.
Some therapists aren't good. Somebody was telling me that their therapist was trying to talk them out of them moving out of the country when they retire. Like, what kind of therapist is telling you, like, that's somebody who wants you sitting around giving her money every week? Like, your therapist should not be talking you out of pursuing a dream, you know? Like, no, you should just sit here and talk to me weekly and give me some money. Like, some therapists, therapists are therapists. They're people too. And they see like 20 people a day. I'm not even sure how many people therapists usually see a day, but maybe like 8 of them or something.
Right.
There's a mess of them. So, but yeah, don't let any therapist talk you out of going on the Junkyard Rat show.
Yeah, no, it's therapeutic. The Rat Show is therapeutic.
It's therapeutic. Somebody told me that they weren't ready to return. Like, I'm not funny yet. I'm like, what does this show? The show isn't funny. I mean, we don't got written jokes. This is not the morning zoo, you know.
No, if we had writers, we wouldn't be starving. So.
Oh yeah, we need a couple SNL writers to come and write this shit.
Right.
I don't watch SNL, but yeah, it's like It's like crazy. People are like, "No, I'm not ready for that." I'm like, ready for what? Can you talk to somebody?
Right.
Does your mouth move? Do sounds come out? People ask me like, "What's this show about?" Like, what do you think it's about? It's about comedy, weed, and fun. Comedy, weed, and fun. That's what we do here. But yeah, Moron is like, I'm not ready yet. Like, I'm not mentally ready. I think he's waiting for the springtime where the leaves change colors and it warms up.
Right.
But I keep telling him, like, you should come down, you know? I mean, I'm not sure if he's been in the city, but, you know. I mean, if I had a car, I'd probably go figure out what pet store he works at and try and get him fired for fun. Just for fun.
Just for fun.
Just for fun. Just go to his pet store and rip
Because
off.
you're that guy, you would really do that? You wouldn't do that.
I would walk out with a iguana without paying for it.
Walk out with an iguana.
I wonder what kind of cool ass pets they got here.
That should be our
iguana. Iguana. Get some cute iguana.
Some cute iguana.
Some snake. You know, but I don't like snakes because they eat rats. I'm not down with anything that likes to eat a rat. I'm all about rats.
Okay.
You know, like people keep talking about dragons, and they don't realize rats are the top of the food chain. We are the top of the Chinese food
chain
calendar. Yeah, we're the top of the Chinese calendar. We're number one. When was the last time you saw a dragon?
When's the last time I saw a dragon?
But rats are everywhere. Rats have been around since the dinosaur days. You got to respect rats. We have been around, you know. I'm a water rat, so I'm the most important type of rat because the world is mostly water, you know. The world is mostly water. What time is it? We can get our
We're getting close.
Yeah, so I'm a water rat, but yeah, people are like, some people don't even like respond when I ask them. I should do it in person more. I'm kind of shy. I like to do it over Instagram or the Messenger. But I think I could. I don't talk people on the show. You know, they don't want to. I'm not gonna beg them. Like, please come on my show. You know.
You're not. You should.
Please come on my show. Oh, you know, I ran, and I know the time is hard. A lot of people work, you know.
Right.
I think I had Sammy Franco lined up, but he works.
That would be kind of cool.
Yeah, he wanted to do it another time, but yeah, Sammy Franco actually called me from the WNBA championship parade. The New York Liberty won the parade, and he was down there.
Right.
And yeah, of course he started asking me if I thought there were any lesbians in the. I'm like, what do you think? It's women's basketball.
Any lesbians?
Yeah, but I don't beg people to be on this show. I wish I could. Please be on my show. Please be on my show.
All right, so let me see if I can. We got about 10 minutes until we get your buddy Josh Schaefer.
Josh Schaefer. He has a new cartoon coming out. He has a new cartoon, but yeah, I don't know why I can't get Myron in the studio. Like, I told him, I'm like, there's this bridge. It's orange. You can drive on it. Get your ass to the city. You know, I told him we could make a day out of it. You know, we could go find an open mic afterwards and get banned from it, like the old days. You know, we could go find. There's actually an Instagram page where they tell you all the open mics in San Francisco, in the Bay Area. Actually, there is a new Instagram page that lists all the open mics, but they're confusing. Some of them are, and they're all over the place. But yeah. I wish all the weed places would have like open mics instead of book shows, because most of them are all booked by Hella Funny and stuff, you know. And I'm like, how about Hella High? Like, it's hard to get into Hella Funny if you're not in Hella Funny, you know. But yeah, like, but I mean, I wish. But what are you looking forward to Thanksgiving? What's your favorite Thanksgiving foods?
Stuffing and turkey and candied yams.
My family, we go to the Indian casinos to give back. Every Thanksgiving, we like to lose money.
Right.
We go to Cash Creek, 'cause- and we used to get drunk on wild turkey. That was my Thanksgiving thing. We would just get drunk on wild turkey. But this year, inflation is a problem, and I don't think anybody should buy a turkey because nobody likes turkey. You know, I don't know anybody likes to look. There's a bunch of hotels on strike nearby here. There's hotels on strike again. What's up with all the hotel strikes?
Yeah, I don't know. I think it's because it's that time of year, and that's the time of year that they kind of got them over the kind of against the ropes or whatever you want to call them, because
yeah.
that's their busiest time of year, right? So
Yeah. Do you think people come down for? I mean, the Christmas tree at Union Square is up. They got ice skating and all that, but it's that time of year. It's exciting. What are you gonna get me for Christmas?
what am I gonna get you for? I'm gonna make sure you still have a place you can do your podcast.
Oh yeah.
Isn't that nice?
I think I'm gonna give everybody seeds, marijuana seeds,
Oh, that's nice.
because I got a ticket to a marijuana seed convention or whatever.
Oh, you're going to, what is it called?
No, there's Hash Hole, and there's another one that's happening like in December. No, it's December 7th and 8th.
Okay.
It's called what the hell's the name of it? I don't know, it's got a weird name, but yeah, the guy who does SF Weed Week, he's running a weed convention, he's got like a seed buying weed seed a seed buying convention. What the hell's the name of this thing? The the what? The Turpani or Turpani? Is that Turpani?
I don't know. You'd have to show me.
Is that Turpani? Is it Turpani?
Sure. Terp Zimmy, Terp Zombie.
Turpani.
Oh, okay. It's spelled up above. Terpnami.
Turpman.
Nami, like a tsunami,
Oh,
but
yeah.
it's terps.
Yeah, if you go to
Terpnami.
they had free tickets. I think the free tickets are already gone. But yeah, and I've never grown anything, The only thing I've grown is me. I grew myself, but the only thing that I've grown is
Jeez.
I've never grown any plants, but I think I just might give people marijuana seeds, and then
Because you have enough of them,
I don't have any yet, but
you're
I'm-
going to get some.
I'm planning to get my hands on marijuana seeds. I'm down with the marijuana seeds.
Well, sometimes nowadays seeds are made, they're genetically engineered so that you can really grow pretty easy. They have
yeah,
a thing that's called auto seeds, and you can almost just throw them in the dirt and water them.
but they're not cheap. These seeds aren't.
No, sometimes you buy like literally 4 seeds for $100.
Yeah, I'm not down with that.
You not down with that?
Nah, I think people should just give me the seeds when they do seed testing and they're like,
Well, that's the other thing is you have to get your seeds from a good source. So I had saved seeds over years. I had saved a lot of seeds and put them in a little container and said, these are really good seeds because they came from really good pot.
yeah,
And it was like only a seed here and there and whatever. Anyway, I gave somebody 30 seeds like 8 months ago and none of them worked
oh, yeah.
really well. Yeah, I guess they just didn't grow, and it might have been because they went bad or they weren't properly stored, but I thought I did it right. But
I was thinking about protesting this event because the marijuana seeds are all female and I'm a male, and I feel like the male seeds, they're not really loved in the industry, People don't love male seeds. And as a male, I feel it's kind of sexist, And I feel like maybe I should protest because they only want female seeds, What's wrong? Why can't we have male seeds,
can't we all just get along?
Yeah, I can't. I mean, that's why I feel weird about going to the event because it's kind of sexist. They don't really care about the male seeds, and I don't wanna. I don't want to like be there for a sexist organization, like that. I'm about male seeds, about males. I'm about helping males.
You're about helping males get seated, whatever that means.
It would be funny. I shouldn't have said anything, but it would be funny if I showed up protesting like male seeds have rights too. Like
Yeah, that's what they do.
when it was gonna happen. But yeah, it's weird. The whole, and I always thought like maybe I shouldn't be smoking weed because I'm a male, and maybe we should let women have marijuana.
Right.
Have you ever? But then I realized that's just a bunch of bunk. But
Right. Bunch
but
of bunk.
but yeah, and the weird thing is they list the parents of the seeds. It's like
They list the parents of the seeds.
yeah, if you look
Mr.
at
and Miss Seed.
they got this seed is part of this seed and the father and
The father was an Afghan Kush. The mother
Yeah.
was a Skywalker OG.
yeah, it's like,
Together they make a whatever.
yeah,
Is that what you're saying?
it's really weird that they list the parents and I'm thinking they're just trying to charge us more, like we're buying horses here. We're buying Kentucky Derby winning horses. Like, this horse's father won the Kentucky Derby and the mother won the Kentucky Oaks, and it's just a weird thing. It's like, but I'm down anything that helps us. But yeah, I don't know what's gonna happen like at a weed event because I've never grown anything. I'm like, what's gonna happen? Like, are they gonna give out? I know nobody's giving out free seeds, but I mean, after you get your seed, I mean, it's one thing to go around and smell weed from tables, but when you got a bunch of seeds, like, are they gonna have like magnifying glass so you can just stare at the seed,
Right.
just like, oh my god, and who's the father and the mother and the grandparents, and like the grandparents. The whole thing is kind of is new, but I always find it fascinating how you got people sitting in like labs and they're experimenting with different seeds. It's almost like Frankenstein, like the Frankenstein.
Like a Frankenstein.
Like because weed is weed. Like I mean, we've been growing weed for thousands of years, but but it's all changed. I'm down with the industry. I'm cool with all that, but I do wish that they would make male seeds feel like they're just as important as the female seeds.
They're even more important. Otherwise, the species doesn't go on.
That's right.
They actually grow males on purpose now,
Yeah.
just for the seeds.
You see, the male seeds are just as important as the female seeds.
There you go.
There's no way to create a marijuana plant with a male without the male. But everybody just wants the female seeds. In the old days, you would grow a bunch of plants, and you would check. I don't know how they would check to see if it was a male or female. Like if it grew some balls, they're like, "This is a male plant. It's got big balls."
So we're getting close to when you intro your guest. We're giving them a call. We're seeing if they're going to pick up this shortly.
Oh yeah.
It's 2 minutes to 2. We'll see if they pick up.
Oh, here he is.
Yeah, so he's in the green room now. We got Josh Schaefer in the green room.
Josh Schaefer.
We'll get him to go wherever he's going to go. So he's in a good internet or data connection zone. And then at some point, if we can get him to turn sideways on his phone.
There he is.
And we'll get you on there in just a second. So
is he walking or driving? It looks like
he's walking, and he's trying to talk to us, but we can't hear him because I have him muted. I'm going to have him turn his camera sideways, and then you're going to intro your guest.
There you are.
There we go. All right. So intro your guest there. Chris.
And here in the JunkYard Rat Show, I got my guest, Josh Schaefer, all the way from New York. How you doing, Josh?
I'm good. I tried to contact you guys earlier. I have a really important phone call to make. Can you guys give me like 5 minutes?
For sure. Absolutely.
Sure.
All right, so sign me off for now and then give me like 5-10 minutes. I try to reach Chris to let him know.
Not a
I'll
problem.
message-
Just give me a thumbs up right where we got you here, and we'll be back
All right,
with
sounds
Josh
good.
Schaefer after
All
these
right.
guys.
All right, I'll be back. Thank you.
All right. So that's what we do. That's how we do it.
Yeah.
So
I mean, if we're gonna start a movement for male seeds, we gotta get a clever name. You know, like what could we call our movement? Like, you know.
bowel.
How can they even tell if it's a male? These days, they can tell. I always find it funny. You got a bunch of seeds. How can they tell?
You were supposed to ask me why we're gonna call it bowel,
Why are we gonna call it bow?
because it's the shit.
It's the shit. Nobody cares about a male seed. They don't care about male seeds anymore.
Next on our show, another female that just doesn't give a shit about male seeds.
That's right.
Give it up for Miss Johnny Appleseed.
Miss Johnny Appleseed, yeah.
He would go through the land just spreading his seeds,
Oh yeah.
hoping something would pop up, but hell no.
Yeah.
Thank you, Miss Johnny Appleseed.
Male seeds have feelings. They have rights.
Yeah, you never hear from Miss Johnny Appleseed.
That's right.
These are the things.
I should get a friend of mine to come to the seed convention with me,
The seed convention.
because I don't know what to say half the time. I need somebody who really cares about growing stuff.
Oh, look at this. So quick.
You know? Here he is.
Oh, sheesh.
Is this Josh?
No, this is Ziggy.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. And of course, we're in the middle of a show.
What, doesn't he know we got a show going on?
You would think he does, but, you know, he likes to call me in the middle of my days.
Oh, isn't Ziggy's show on Tuesday?
It is every Tuesday from 11 to 1. And
How's he doing? How is Ziggy?
he's doing well. He wants to do an interview today to play tomorrow, because I was trying to try to leave early from the Bay tomorrow. But
Oh yeah, you're taking out tomorrow. You're
yeah,
going to
I'm
Eureka.
probably going to go tomorrow, but I'm not going to go till Wednesday.
Oh yeah.
But the sooner I can leave from the Bay or leave from the city, the better.
Yeah, because are you going to Lathrop and then going to Eureka? Or you
I'll be going all the way. I'll be going all the way to Modesto to help my parents,
Oh yeah.
and then all the way back up here to the Bay, and then
Good
go
son.
all the way up north.
You're gonna help prepare the turkey for your parents? Or?
They want to do like an easy meal where it almost just comes pre-cooked.
I don't know. Have they heard of the Golden Corral? The Golden Corral.
Yeah, but they're not into like volume. They don't need to eat a lot.
I think we're going to the Golden Corral though. We're going.
I'm gonna get them like a little turkey breast prepared thing, and
I don't like going to buffets with my mom though. She's very judgmental.
about what you eat and how much you eat, and
But I can't even eat. I can't even eat that much anymore.
I can't eat that much at all anymore.
Yeah, buffets are like a waste, because it's like I can do half a plate if I'm lucky, but I would try and sneak out food though. I'm at the stage where I would sneak out.
You have a big bag full of empty Tupperware containers that you just start filling up.
Yeah, no.
This is Monday. This is Tuesday. This is Wednesday.
Hell yeah. But I've been to the Golden Corral once for Thanksgiving, so I've been there before.
Right.
You know, but it's actually packed. There's a lot of people. But yeah, Thanksgiving is like, I don't know. I mean, I remember my funnest Thanksgiving ever.
Okay.
I got into
What
a
was
fight
that?
with my brother.
What was fun about that?
Nothing. I like talking about it. I didn't get in a fist fight. I got an argument with my brother. But I think that was our last Thanksgiving together. I don't think I ever got invited again after that incident. But yeah, you know, Thanksgiving is sad for me. But I mean, we got good news. So Biden did pardon a turkey. And it was a white.
Biden pardoned 2 turkeys, right?
And I think one of them was white. So I think I think it was. He called it like a Nazi turkey.
Oh, I know which turkey that. What was his name? Hunter. What? No, it wasn't.
It was Hunter.
It
What's
was
going
fucking
on with Hunter?
Hunter, yeah, that's one's Hunter.
Isn't he
That
like-
he pardoned Hunter.
Isn't he gonna plead guilty soon so his dad can pardon him and stuff? Or...
Yeah, no, he's already doing time, right?
No, Hunter's not in jail.
Yes, he is.
He's in. No, Hunter's in L.A. He's kicking it.
I thought he was.
He's
okay.
not. He's not in jail.
Is Hunter in jail?
No, Hunter's not in jail. I don't even think they gave him jail time, didn't they? I don't. They didn't even give him any.
Delays it.
Yeah, I don't think he's in jail. He's in L.A. He's in Malibu, kicking it right now. He's in the Malibu jail. He's kicking it in Malibu.
He's Malibu's most wanted.
He's
He's
in
like
Malibu
Jamie Kennedy.
jail. Oh yeah. The weird thing is,
B-Rad. We'll just call him B-Rad from now.
What's the name of the Alec Baldwin movie? Rust. I guess Rust is coming out in the movie theater soon.
Really? And that's the one where he shot the person?
Yeah.
Yikes.
I think they said they're not putting that scene in the movie though. They're not putting the scene where the woman got shot. They're not putting that scene in there, but I don't know. I think I'm gonna go watch it.
Oh, the hearing for Hunter Biden's on December 4th.
Yeah, he hasn't because he got found guilty for the gun charge, but they're not. I think this one's a different charge in L.A. It's taxes. It's for the IRS. So
The gun charges is punishable up to 25 years because he said something about he was not illegally using or addicted to drugs. Which hello, and then
yeah.
And then on December 16th, federal tax charges he pleaded guilty to earlier this month carry up to 17 years behind bars. He also faces up to $1.35 million in fines.
With a gun charge, they're not going to give him any time because it's not like he really shot somebody, you know. I mean,
right, and that was just because he was carrying a gun?
No, because he wrote a book and he talked about how he was on drugs when he bought the gun. So basically, he snitched on himself. I hope he made money off that book and stuff. But yeah, you know, it's sad. I'm still thinking like we gotta make it. We gotta make it a better place for the male seeds. You know what I mean?
Right.
I don't like the seed convention with only female seeds. I mean, what's going on here? Why can't we have male seeds too?
Why can't we have
Why can't we
seeds?
just, if we can buy female seeds, why can't we buy male seeds? What's wrong with that? You know, why is it just why is it just female seeds? Why, you know, why is there
It's
priority?
not a female seed. If it's a seed, it's a male.
It's a female seed world, you know.
The female seed.
It's a
world.
female seed world. I don't know.
So no Hunter.
Yeah, so I'm going to Hash Hole this Saturday, which is I guess it's a hash event.
Right.
It's up if you go to a Hash Hole, it's like they got events all over the country. It's like I'm not even sure what it is. Like, I can't tell you. It's supposed to be like a weed holiday thing, but but I hope it's fun. I mean, I hope it's fun. It's in Richmond. It's in the good side of Richmond. It's in the good. So, I hope if you want to see me, go to the Hash Hole this Saturday. I hope everything's fun down there. I hope I get a lot of hash, but
It's probably gonna be one of those ones that's gonna be like most of them nowadays. So
they got bands though. They got musical acts, so it's like a big event.
National Hash Hole Day.
Yeah.
Hash Hole Island? No, that's something else.
Yeah, it's in Richmond. It's in Point Richmond. It's in the good area. When somebody tells you they live in Richmond, they're like, I'm in the good part of Richmond. I'm not in the bad part of Richmond. Oh, you're in the good part of Richmond.
All right, so it says make sure you guys and gals come out to celebrate National Hash Hole Day this year.
Yeah.
November 30th. Don't miss out. This year's fun will be action-packed with live performances along with some of the best food California has to offer. There's also an amount of goodie bags this year.
Fuck yeah.
Are you going to get one?
Yeah, I'm gonna try and be there in the beginning so I get my goodie bag. They got VIP. I always think maybe I should just go VIP because the VIP here was like 150. But I'm not even sure if it's worth it to go VIP.
It only costs like $24 for a ticket.
Yeah, $24. Yeah, you should. Yeah, $24. Come and hang out with me at the hash hole. You know, I mean, I always tell people there's two things that I love in life. I'm all about hash. I'm all about holes. You know, I love holes and hash. My two favorite things combined. So I'm like, this has got to be the greatest, you know, the greatest event of all time.
Okay, so let me see if I can do this here. Hash hole Point Richmond. See if we can get. I can't see it. I tried.
I don't know.
But there was a video for it.
Yeah, it's gonna be exciting. The National Hash Hole Day is in Richmond this year. I think there's gonna be a lot of hash, a lot of holes. I'm all about hash and holes. My two favorite things in life. Like when I was a little kid, I think my first word was hash hole. My mom told me. I asked her what was my first word. She said, "Oh, I think it's hash hole." I was like, "Yes, hash hole." But yeah, it's gonna be. There's entertainment. It's not just gonna be me, you know, crying because there's nothing free. Come and say hi. There's a lot of vendors though, but it's like in some I don't know where it's at. I have no clue about this place, but National Hash Hole Day. It's gonna be exciting. It's gonna be an exciting event. Maybe there'll be some mail seeds. You know, there'll be some mail seeds. We got to do something about the mail seeds. You know, it breaks my heart that something that some industry that I've been supporting for like I say we're at 35 years now. I don't want to age myself, but I've been smoking weed longer than some of you have been alive and stuff. But yeah, it breaks my heart that some industry I've been supporting for like 35 years is turning on the male seeds, you know?
I was hoping this video was going to be something good, but
National Hash Hole Day, and the other one is a Turkmani or whatever, and that's like a seed event that's happening in the dog patch on December 7th and 8th. That's going to be an exciting one, you know. I hope you know, I just think that it's wrong that they look down on male seeds, you know. It breaks my heart that male seeds are like looked down upon, you know, like why can't we support the male seeds?
why can't we?
Why can't we love male seeds like we love female seeds, you know? That's why it's like I want to go, but part of me is like I don't know if I want to be supporting a sexist event.
Sorry. I was trying to send hash hole.
Yeah,
I'm such a hash hole.
I think they're on Eventbrite. If you go to Eventbrite and you put hash hole, you can buy tickets. It's on Eventbrite. The hash hole. It's going to be exciting. The Turkmani, I think the free tickets are already gone at Turkmani. I should have told you guys about Turkmani when there were free tickets. Now you're gonna have to spend $10. But it's a 2-day event. So I don't know. I'll be like I don't know, maybe I should get like my eyes checked. That way I can look at the seeds, you know, like oh yes.
Mm-hmm.
I'll carry my magnifying glass with me. Let me look at that seed. Let me see the cute little seed and see if it's how beautiful it is. And what are the parents? That's gonna be my first question. Like, what are the parents? What are the parents of these seeds? To look like I'm really professional. I know what I'm talking about. So, who's the mom and the father?
Mm-hmm.
And where are they from? Is it a good neighborhood? What about the family lineage? Are they like European seeds? Where do these seeds come from? Are they Humboldt seeds? Where's the family lineage? How many college graduates do we got in the family lineage of these seeds?
Mhm.
The grandfather was purple, and the grandmother was crazy horse. And the parents were violet, and the father was bonkers. And now we came up with this seed. It's like, oh, yes, it's exciting. It's exciting. I'll be like, so who are the fathers, you know? Before, if there's one, I used to ask people if it was live resin. Is it live resin?
Is it live resin? No, it's been killed recently.
Is it live resin? Is that live resin? I don't know, but what about the seeds? What's the family lineage? What's the family lineage? Like I'm buying some puppy. Like, what about the parents? What about the parents?
Killing me.
I know. What about the family lineage?
What is the family?
What about the parents?
Jeez.
This is serious business. I mean, the seeds are serious business, but I live with my roommate who happens to be related to me, and I think I've been living with her like for maybe not my whole life. I did spend some time alone. I think I spent the first 9 months with my roommate. But my mom's not cool with weed. I don't know if she would be cool with me growing weed, but I figure I can find somebody to grow my plant for me. Like, do you like to water my plant for me?
Sure.
Why not? I wonder if my mom would notice if I was growing weed in the backyard, because I got a big ass backyard. Not a backyard, but I got a what is it called? Whatever, I forgot what they're called. But I got like not a backyard, but I don't know. You know where
You have a
balcony.
backyard.
I have a big ass balcony.
Okay.
I got a huge fucking. I could throw a fucking party in my balcony. It's so big. But there's plants there. So I wonder if my mom would notice if I was growing some marijuana plants, but I would tell her like, hey, I'll say it's not illegal because they're the male seeds. You know, the male seeds are not illegal. Male seeds are legal. It's the female seeds you got to worry about. The females that get you in trouble. That's what I tell the kids. Like, hey, stay away from the female seeds. Those are the ones that are going to get you in trouble. Stay away from the bad female seeds. The male seeds are okay. The male seeds are legal. The male seeds are more loved, you know. They're not legal. Nobody's fighting for the male seeds, you know. But the female seeds. So what's up with our boys? He hasn't.
I know, he's literally 17 minutes in. He said it was only to take him about 5 minutes.
What's up with that? I mean, like, I gotta keep rambling about seeds and male seeds, and I used to have seeds. The weird thing is, I used to buy weed with seeds in it. Like back in the day, my weed was so shitty that they would just leave the seeds in there. But I would never take them out. I would smoke them in my pipe. And I was at a sesh. I was smoking some weed, and somebody's burning seeds. But you know why I like to smoke the seeds?
You like to burn the seeds.
I like to smoke. You know why I like to smoke the seeds?
Why is that?
Because it smells like chestnuts. It reminds me of the chestnuts roasting when I was in Rome, and I saw people selling chestnuts on the streets. And it reminds me of that. So I always like to smoke the seeds to remind me of the good old days when I was buying roasted chestnuts in Rome, when my brother lived in Rome. But
right.
Yeah, so that's why. But somebody's like, I can smell a seed. Somebody's like, I can smell somebody smoking a seed. I'm like, that's me.
I can smell someone
I'm
smoking.
I'm
I
too
fucking
lazy.
hate the smell of seeds.
But now you can't even find any weed with seeds. They make sure that the seeds are all taken out. You know. I wonder if they got machines that separate the seeds. You know.
Yeah, they do, but it's not that accurate because seeds are not always fully formed.
No. So you put the seed in the plant, right? On the dirt,
Yes.
and then you put water over it. Are you supposed to water it every day?
You should water it yeah, you should water it a little bit every day.
A friend of mine used to teach people how to grow weed, but I think he used was it carrots or I forgot what plant they used to teach people to grow weed. They used to help them grow some other plant because it's like the same thing almost. But yeah, I'm excited, but yeah, it just troubles me how they just don't like male seeds, you know? Like I don't really want to support an industry that doesn't like male seeds. I'm not down with that. You know? I think if I'm not down with that. I think God created male and female seeds at the same time. And I don't think God wants us to favor one over the other. He wanted us equal. He wanted equality. He didn't, you know what I'm saying?
He wants equality.
He wanted equality. He said, I give you male and I give you female seeds. He didn't think one day that we would be sitting in labs creating only female seeds. You know what I mean? Now you got these test tube seeds that they create the female seeds like the Frankenstein or something. I'm like, you know, back in the day you would just put a bunch of plants out and you'd be praying there'll be more female than male seeds, you know, but
No.
it's weird. That's why China's never gone into the marijuana industry because they prefer males over females. So it's always confused them. They've never been able to figure out how to grow weed because they're a society that favors males.
They're a society that prefers females.
Yeah, we're a society that prefers females, but in China they prefer males. People want male children. They want a male child.
Yes.
So that's why they've never been able to grow weed because they never understood the concept of, female seeds are better than male seeds. They keep trying to grow weed only with male seeds. They just don't understand that, marijuana is not like humans. You prefer the female. The Chinese are like, we want male children and female marijuana plants.
Sure.
So it's confusing for them. Like, no, we want male kids and female. Like, they don't understand that. To them, it's like males are better. And like, no, it's not for everything. You know what I'm saying?
You're really reaching, dude. You're really reaching.
Hey,
That's what we get when somebody doesn't show for the show.
I know.
Jesus.
But the Chinese, yeah. I'm surprised the Chinese have never gone into the marijuana market, That's the one market I don't think the Chinese are trying to get into. I don't know. I've never heard like the Chinese growing a bunch of weed somewhere. Like, I wonder if they're experimenting with marijuana,
Looking for any news. Oh, this is stupid.
It is stupid.
It is.
I guess. What the hell?
Funny and weird news stories. And they're all stupid.
Oh, yeah. So how's your new sex show going?
It's doing really well. It's happening again tonight, and the producer's the host is putting in a lot of pre-production hours and coming up with content, and she's a writer, and so she's ahead of the game. She knows what she's going to talk about. She's well versed in whatever topic, and
we're Facebook friends. I feel bad for her because she keeps
you're Facebook friends.
No, because she keeps going to these swinger clubs and she can't find anybody to have sex with.
Well, I think it's because
she's
she's an event an event producer, and she's not getting a lot of people to do like they used to be in San Francisco, more active in the sex scene.
Yeah, I don't know why. It's
Because more people are now voyeurs. They want to just go and gawk and take pictures for like Instagram and pretend like they're big pretenders. Apparently,
hell yeah, that's what it's all about.
No, to be a pretender. If you're gonna walk that's like somebody going, yeah, I'm a comedian. It's like, oh really? Have you done comedy before? No, but I'm a comedian.
Well, I got told to go to a sex club in Vegas, but I never went. But I've never actually been in a sex club.
Well, there you go. There's plenty of them here. There's only one. There's one like 4 blocks up from here.
Maybe we should do a sex party with her. Like, tell her to invite us to one of her events.
Well, she has plenty of events to choose from.
But I feel weird because she keeps complaining about she can't find people to have sex with.
I don't think it's that she's looking for people.
I feel bad for her. Like, we gotta help you out. You know, like maybe
she's not. I don't think she has a problem finding someone to have sex with. I think she's having a problem having events where there's supposed to be, like, let's say, sex parties, and they're not. A lot of people now are pretenders.
What's the name of the
so I don't think she's looking for it. I don't think she has a problem with that at all.
What is it? Is it called the power station?
No, your Power Exchange. So that's the one that's up a few blocks from here. Yeah, and that one is pretty much a public venue. And now I think most of her events are like either private events or venues that have been closed off. It's not usually
like house parties and stuff.
Well, no, I think they're at places like Power Exchange. I think they're at different places like that, but they've been rented out or they've been closed to the public for that night or whatever. And so
I feel bad that she's having difficulties, or maybe I'm reading the stories wrong on Facebook.
You might be reading it wrong, because I think that what her biggest complaint is how the younger generation is touting how much they're having these wild and crazy times, and nothing could be further from the truth.
That is
she
true.
Said she actually was telling me the other day that our generation is kind of the last of those. I don't think that's true. I think there's people that are her generation that are doing it, but it's like any other event. The event better have good advertising. There should be pre-advanced tickets, and if there's not enough tickets sold, then you should just realize it's probably going to bomb.
Is it one of those events where they let you in for like $20 if you're a couple, but if you're a single male, they want you to pay like $100?
Oh, you mean you pay more because you're single? I don't know. At most events, most events they do give you a deal if you're a couple, because you're not just going to do what she was just saying, or what you were saying, is that people are just going just to look.
I mean, what's wrong with that? That's what I would do.
Well, that's what people are. Well, but hold on. But that's part of the complaint. Going to a sex party to not have sex.
Well, I mean,
and then go on social media and say, "Oh, we got down, we got wild," and they didn't. And so, yeah, I see how that would be frustrating.
That is frustrating.
But I think it's like any other event. Like I said, we've had comedy shows where you promote it for 2 months and nobody shows up. Then you have events that you've promoted for a week and you fill the room. And so you don't know. You really don't know.
You got a New Year's Eve party event.
I have a New Year's gig in Hollister, I believe it is. Yeah. Hollister. So I do that. That's going to be on New Year's Eve.
I got a funny story about Hollister.
You have a funny story about Hollister?
Yeah. Did you hear about the kids from Hollister High School who made their own T-shirts and got sued by the Hollister
the Hollister clothing company.
Yeah, because they're like, Hollister is trademark. You can't just decide to make your own Hollister High T-shirts.
Right.
Hollister is trademark, motherfucker. It's true. That's a true story. Yeah.
It's funny.
They got sued. Yeah.
Okay. Looks like he's ready.
Where's Hollister? Yeah, let's bring him on.
Well, he was like, I thought he was going to call us, so I kept looking over there.
Oh, yeah.
So we'll get him on in just a moment. Then you can intro him. And we'll get him all set up. Okay, so do your intro of your guest.
Welcome, Josh Schaefer, finally to the JunkYard Rat Show. How you doing, Josh?
Good. How are you?
Pretty good. How do you feel about the male-female seed debates? The marijuana seeds.
He's been
Say that
talking
again?
about male and female seeds.
Why
Male and female seeds with
why
what?
people don't appreciate the male marijuana seeds like they do the female marijuana seeds?
Ooh, that sounds sexist.
It is sexist, isn't it? I'm not the only one who thinks that's sexist. How you doing? You got a new cartoon coming out, or?
Yeah, I mean, I could send you guys the trailer.
Yeah, let's see it.
All right, hang on a sec.
How are you gonna send it to us? We'll see here.
I'll send it to I'll send it to Paul's instant messenger, I think.
Okay. So
That is
if we can
great.
do this.
We got Josh Schaefer all the way from New York.
Mhm.
Are you in you're in the medical field still, or
Yes.
how is the hospital scene these days?
It's all right. I mean, I'm working psych, so
Is there a lot of more crazy?
it's much.
Do you see a lot of people on fentanyl coming in, or
Oh yeah, tons of it, unfortunately. It's heavy
fentanyl?
stuff.
But why do people do fentanyl? They know it's like deadly. Why do they do it?
Is it on your profile, Josh?
What's that?
That because you just sent me a link to your Instagram excuse me, your Instagram profile. Is it the one that says inside?
Yeah, that's it.
Okay, cool. Let's see if we can get this. Hold on a second, guys.
Mm-hmm. That's it.
All right.
You just need the volume if you want to start it over.
Yeah, I will.
Jesus H. Christ. Beat it, Bruce Wayne.
So we'll try this again.
Okay.
All right, guys.
Coming soon. A cartoon so shocking. Jesus H. Christ. Beat it, Bruce Wayne. It's a character. Inside the Monster Studio. A behind-the-scenes tell-all with your favorite movie monster.
Are you guys getting volume? I'm not getting any volume.
Vegan diet. Those people are delicious.
Scandals, sex, who knows what comes next? Inside the Monster Studio.
Warning. Producer's not responsible for viewers who die laughing.
Are you there?
Well,
Tell us about it.
Yeah, I'm here. I'm here.
Cool.
But are you making fun of Bruce Wayne? That's not cool. You know. Bruce
How did
Wayne-
you know?
I don't know. Is Bruce Wayne trademark? All right.
It's. I mean, basically all of it is IP. You know, so it shouldn't be a problem at all.
Yeah, because the lies, if it's made more than 75 years ago, it's officially open to the public, isn't it? So.
Yeah, but I mean, these days, if it's done in terms of satire, and we're not looking to make a profit from those characters, rather than we're looking to, you know, I mean, we want to be successful with it, but you know, the product itself, and you know, not the characters not the characters themselves necessarily. Just like the way we're doing with satire, you're pretty safe. I mean, if you look at shows like Robot Chicken, where they make fun of everybody, or Family Guy, they make fun of everybody. It's like. It's not a huge deal. And if anything, you know, any publicity is good publicity. So we're not worried about it at this point in time.
Family Guy's a weird show, isn't it? Like,
I think it's really funny. Some people they either love it or they hate it. You know, like the South Park guys hate it. So they, when they made that, I don't know if you saw that one where it's like they go to Fox Studios and they want to find out, you know, who's writing for the show, and it's just basically like a bunch of manatees that like float to the surface of the water and grab like various like bits of paper that have ideas on it, and like they shredded them, and the producers and writers of The Simpsons got in touch with the South Park guys and thanked them, because I mean essentially it is like, I mean, you wouldn't have Family Guy if it weren't for The Simpsons, but to Seth MacFarlane, I mean, I think it's vanilla and chocolate. I mean, I like them both, so it's like I mean, the Family Guys have acknowledged their success is largely, stems from the success of The Simpsons, and they're very grateful for that. So they've mentioned that a good amount of times. How if it weren't for The Simpsons, we wouldn't have a show. So I think they're pretty cool about it. But yeah, I mean, I think the cutaway humor is hilarious.
Do you do a lot of the voices, or
what's up?
Do you do the voices for the cartoon, or
me?
Yeah.
I mean, the one that I just showed you guys. Yeah, I mean, I do a bunch. I'm the announcer. I'm the guy at the end who does the disclaimer. I'm Hannibal Lecter. I'm James Lipton. Yeah, I do a good amount of the voices.
What about the cartoon part of it? How is that done? How's that all done? Like, is it all computers, or?
Yeah, it's all an animation program from this really cool guy. He's a tattoo artist, but he's very, very talented. So we're very fortunate to have him. He just does an extraordinary job. I mean, it's beyond my scope of skill. I love animation. I have all my life, but I never really got involved with it because it becomes too tedious for me. I lose my patience. Perhaps that's something I regret, because I would always like to try it. But whenever I try it, I start, it's like I'm more of like a writer voiceover guy these days.
Yeah, because old school they would do like one picture at a time. So, but these days you can just do these things on computers and do them a lot quicker. It's not like you had to make one picture, another picture. Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I mean, these days it's like there's vector-based graphics. You can basically design it's almost like a computer version of the Flintstones. Remember how they would draw Fred's body, but then they'd have separate arms, legs, and facial expressions, and then again it's just kind of paste them in.
Yeah.
So now it's like instead of having to draw a character over and over again, you create it with different segments, and you animate those segments and the facial expressions and the mouth sync. So yeah, it's much more approachable these days, but it takes tons and tons of hours, more than I have available these days. So
are you saying the Flintstones aren't real? Is that what you're saying? Is that what...
Oh, I thought it was a documentary.
I thought they were coming out with a new Flintstones cartoon. Didn't they?
They were actually. Seth MacFarlane, I think he was supposed to make a new Flintstones, but that fell through.
Yeah, I don't know. I thought they were gonna. They were supposed to come out with a new version of the Flintstones. I guess. It wasn't. I mean, it's hard to make the Flintstones woke, though. Because the women don't have jobs and stuff.
Yeah.
So it's hard, and all the men work, and the women just sit at home and play with the dinosaurs all day. I mean, it's hard.
I mean, the woke thing. I mean, sometimes it goes too far. Other times I recognize it and I appreciate it and I support it. But it's you got to have a sense of humor. You got to be able to laugh at things and not get offended by everything. So
I was in LA when they made the first Flintstones movie.
Mm-hmm.
I try to become an extra. I wanted to get on the Flintstones set so
Yeah.
bad. There's two movies that I really try to get on. The other one was The Grinch with Jim Carrey.
Mm-hmm.
I wanted so badly to be in The Grinch. I just
Didn't happen.
I wanted to be in that damn set of The Grinch.
Yeah.
But I didn't get on.
Well, that's a bummer.
I didn't get on though, but it broke my heart. But the Flintstones, I was like, I forgot. I think it was filmed in Paramount, but I was like, I so badly wanted to be in that Flintstones set. Why are you bringing up bad memories? You know what I'm saying? That's why I left LA, because I couldn't get on the Flintstones set. I just couldn't. I couldn't do it anymore. I said, if I can't be in the Flintstones movie, I just don't want to be here.
Where are you living these days?
I'm in Walnut Creek. I'm in the Bay Area. We're filming in San Francisco right now. We're in San Francisco, California. You get out here? Do you ever come out to the West Coast, or?
No, I've never been to Cali to admit it.
You
I'd
never
like to
been
go
to
to Cali.
Cali? How the hell you not been to Cali?
Just that's I mean, when you're a lifelong New Yorker and you go to New York City, it's like I mean, there's no excuse for it,
You've been
but
to Orlando,
I'm
haven't you? Or you've been to
I mean,
Florida?
New York has a little bit of everything, so it's like you kind of get accustomed to that. And I mean, I'd like to travel more at some point when opportunity opens up, but I'm busy with this project, and my wife is in school for nursing education, and we both work full time, so it's tough to like make those things happen. And money is an issue too. So we both make good paychecks, but cost of living and everything, it's just things are a little hectic right now. So we're hoping to like smooth something out,
We
in
need
the
your
future.
help here. There's a lot of crazy people. They need people like you to come and help out. We got a lot of people on drugs out here. Actually, outside of the building, there's people doing fentanyl right now and stuff. We need your help here. I think I think you
Well,
need to.
you can help them out by going, if you go to your local drugstore, they might, I mean, they should be giving them away. They shouldn't be charging, but Narcan kits, hand out
Oh
Narcan
yeah.
kits.
Actually, they got like fentanyl. They got kits where you can check your drugs for fentanyl. Somebody, I was at a bar. They were selling fentanyl strips where you can, if you got cocaine, you can test it out to see if
Hmm.
there's fentanyl. But yeah, my thing was, why not just do Narcan instead? I mean, it's free. It's free. Why buy drug? The crazy thing is, there's places they'll give you crack pipes, needles. They'll give you everything you need to do drugs. But
Hmm.
you want a bong, you want rolling papers, you're on your own. But if you want to smoke some crack, you want a meth pipe, oh, they'll give you that shit. It's crazy. Needles, all that shit. Like why is it so easy we're making it so easy for these people to be on drugs? It's crazy. But you
I
want a
think they're
bong?
looking at it like it's an epidemic and it's an issue and it's terrible. I think they're looking at it, if they're going to keep doing it, try and keep it as safe as possible. In terms of the weed, you can't overdose on weed. You'll fall asleep. That's about
Yeah.
it. Or you get the munchies and then you fall asleep. But with these drugs that are dangerous, if you're going to do it, you should do it safely. I think that's their approach. Um, I mean, it's out of control, and they're already like there's already a new drug that's ahead of fentanyl now. So like the problem is like they'll do the best they can to you know form a what do you call it, like a wagon circle around the drug issue of fentanyl that they're trying right now. But chances are, when they finally get a grip on it, it's under control. There'll be a new drug.
Yeah.
I mean, I don't know why our brains are programmed like that. We have receptors in our brains that aren't necessarily programmed for those substances, but they do respond to those substances. We're part of us, I guess part of us, we're part hedonists. We're all about pleasure. And sometimes people take part in the pleasure that's just flat out dangerous. I say it to my patients all the time. I mean, these days I work in detox rehab. So we get people coming down from heroin. We get people coming down, they've been doing the fentanyl. As soon as I sit down with someone, I'm like, dude, do you recognize and they recognize the danger, but it's so so powerful, so strong that
Even if you touch fentanyl, it could kill you. I mean,
I
that
know.
how do they get it in their pipe if they can't touch it? I mean, if you touch it, I
I
mean,
wish I knew. I mean, a lot of them are homeless. I don't know where. I mean, addiction just sucks. There's no other way to say it. There's no other way to describe it. Um,
Friday night it was raining in San Francisco and I was waiting for the bus. There was actually a homeless guy just like laying on the ground in the rain in front of the
I
bus stop, just chilling there. It's raining. And I'm just like, how are you supposed to do drugs in the rain? You
I know.
can't smoke anything in the rain. But yeah, I thought this guy's just laying there like, it's raining. It's like, how crazy you gotta be to decide I'm just gonna lay out in the rain?
Yeah, I mean, it's terrible.
It is
I
terrible. And we could help these people. Like, there's no reason why we can't help these people. I mean,
what we need.
there's a lot of housing everywhere. They're building like crazy, but they don't really build to help people anymore and stuff.
It's I mean, I had a thought and I lost it. Sorry, I just brain farted. It's well, I mean, it's harsh to say, but they need to want help. Um, a lot of them come in and they leave, revolving door, which sucks. We always give them a Narcan kit, and you know, sometimes it's just like an uphill battle. And in terms of the funding, that's the real issue.
Yeah.
Psych nursing and detox rehab, we're the bottom rung of the ladder, which is disgraceful. We should be at the top because pretty much everyone in this country needs therapy, and there's a ton of people that need detox rehab, but they don't get the proper funding for it. So the cycle keeps repeating itself. It's just the whole system is broken. It's a mess.
Yeah, it's true. And I mean, in California, I think the governor, Gavin Newsom, they passed a law that the state can actually force you into rehab now. If you're homeless, if you're doing drugs in the street, they can force you into rehab. They can do that to you these days in California. So
I'm all for that. It's unfortunate because like there should be free. There's freedom of choice, but when those choices start affecting others and yourself and your own health, and it jeopardizes everything, someone has to step in. You know,
it's true. I mean, you see like tents everywhere. I mean, you're not close to New York City, so how far are you from New York City?
45 minutes.
Oh yeah.
Mm-hmm.
So is it snowing where you're at right now, or?
No, there's nothing coming down right now. We're supposed to get some rain. What do you got planned for Thanksgiving?
I'm going to the Golden Corral with my mom. We're going.
Are you really?
Yeah, we're going to the Golden Corral.
Nice.
What about you? What are your plans?
I'm working. I mean, me and my wife are going to her sister and brother-in-law's house. We're gonna, have a nice meal and hang out, and then I'm working the day before and the day after. Then we're gonna go upstate Friday night and hang out with my family for a couple days.
Yeah, my mom worked in a bank. She used to work every Friday after Thanksgiving. She had to work because the banks are always open. Are you gonna do any like Black Friday shopping, or have you?
No,
started?
I'm not into that. It's like I think it's pretty like it brings out the worst in people, piling over each other. It's like a European soccer match. That's the American version of it, except you guys are, they're scrambling to get. I understand they should do it much more. I mean, you shouldn't have to like climb over people and stampede over people to get a deal on presents. I mean, it should be available. You ever see Miracle on 34th Street?
Yeah, I saw it years ago. Yeah.
I'm a big believer in that, like Santa Claus, Saint Nick, he figures, he's like, okay, so he's representing Macy's or whatever, but then, someone was asking for an item and they didn't have it, but instead of being like, well, we can sell you this, we could sell you that, he's like, well, Gimbals has it, so go to Gimbals. Like, everyone should be cooperating. People should have access to, like, it's commercialism.
One of my favorite Christmas memories is seeing my parents beat somebody up to get me a Garbage Patch Kid when I was a kid.
Garbage Pail Kid or Cabbage Patch?
The Cabbage Patch Kids?
Yeah.
Because the garbage.
Make up your mind. Which one was it?
It was a patch. Yeah, when I was a kid,
Cabbage Patch.
The Cabbage Patch Kids were like, people were going crazy for them.
I know it was ridiculous.
But yeah,
my mom was poor. She just got me a head of iceberg lettuce. So she put like a little bonnet on it and said, "Here's your Cabbage Patch."
I saw a documentary.
That's like Saturday Night Live with Eddie Murphy.
Oh yeah, those were the best.
Cabbage Patch dolls, and he just put a head of cabbage on top of like a headless doll. That was really funny.
I would. Are you getting a tree, or are you gonna?
Yeah, I'd like to get a tree this year.
I heard that like the plastic trees, people are hating on plastic trees.
I'm not big on it. We have one. I don't know if the wife is going to want to do that again. I would like to get a real tree, but we'll see what happens. She rules the roost with that because she's the actual Christian. I'm Jewish, so I'm second fiddle.
What do you got?
Mm-hmm.
When's Hanukkah? Is Hanukkah?
I think Hanukkah starts on Christmas, which is really cool because I make a mean batch of latkes, so I'm going to be making latkes this year.
So are you excited about Hanukkah? The last 7 days, or you got?
Well, part of my set when I'm doing stand up, I talk about how like Hanukkah basically represents a miracle, in that, when the Jews were on the run, there's a shocker, they were hiding out in a cave, and they had a lamp, and the lamp was only supposed to, they only had enough oil in the lamp to last one night, but for some reason it lasted 8 nights. So I can relate to that in terms of it being a miracle, because the entire week of Hanukkah, when I have sex with my wife, instead of lasting 1 minute, I last 8 minutes. So that's something that I look forward to every year.
Is it 8 minutes every night, or
Yeah.
do you keep a timer going? Like,
Yeah, absolutely. Like a turkey, like a chicken timer, it pops when it's done.
so do you do something every night of the 8 nights, or
No, not really. I don't, I
do you have
mean,
like
it's
a
like,
dinner? Are you supposed to? I mean, are you supposed to have like a dinner every night, or is that how?
mm-mm.
What about Kwanzaa? Because I think Kwanzaa is good for people who don't like what they got for Christmas, and they're like, well, now we got a new holiday a couple of days later in case you forgot about me. But I can't
Yeah,
I can't force people to bring me presents for Kwanzaa. I'm not
right.
I'm not the right group for that. But if I was, I would have a big Kwanzaa party and guilt people into bring me presents. Like, slavery was real. You need to bring me some presents. God damn it.
Is it Kwanzaa?
Kwanzaa?
I thought it was Kwanzaa.
Oh.
I think it's Kwanzaa.
Thank you. All right. Kwanzaa, the basic monetary unit of Angola. No, that's not it.
No, that's not it.
That's not the one.
I heard some guy in the CIA founded Kwanzaa. It was the whole CIA thing. So are you excited? I mean, you're a Trump hater, aren't you? What do you think about the election?
Are you excited?
I'm steering clear. I'm steering clear from politics these days for the sake of my sanity. So I'm just taking it I've stepped back, and I'm just taking it a day at a time. So,
But you got to tell me about that day. How did it? Were you watching TV?
He says he's steering clear.
Because you're in the East Coast. I remember at 2 a.m. I was watching CNN, wondering if Trump, because Fox News had already called it for Trump, but at 2 a.m. I was watching TV, but it was like 5 a.m. Did you watch all night long, or?
no, I tuned out, and then I got up, and then the next morning, he's kind of a pundit of mine, got in touch with me, and he's like, okay, well, this is what happened. So we're just going to have to look, the people have spoken. So I'm just going to sit back and take it as it comes, and do, get involved how I can get involved on a local level if necessary, and just do my best.
Well, Trump is the first person to ever be found guilty of paying a hooker in America. Nobody's ever been tried for paying a hooker. Usually they'll try you for not paying a hooker, but but you're like near New York. Is it different? Is it different because like New York is like Trump country, isn't it?
Oh, you mean, well, the Manhattan isn't. It's very blue, but
Yeah.
Long Island where I live is very red.
Yeah. The weird thing is I was watching some show about CW Post, the cereal people, and it turns out they're the ones that built Mar-a-Lago.
I wouldn't doubt it.
It's like over 100 years old, but it was built by a cereal company. Isn't that weird?
Cereal, like Cereal.
Yeah, like the Post. Remember the Post cereal company?
Yeah.
The heirs built Mar-a-Lago. They're the ones.
No, I
built
didn't know
it.
that.
Yeah. So yeah, it's weird. Like, don't be hating on Mar-a-Lago if you eat cereal, because. But it's weird. Like the cereal makers were that rich. But are you gonna go protest? Do you go to Trump Plaza and protest? No.
If need, not at this point. I mean, if need be, I'll do it. But just staying put right now.
How far are
Again,
you
for
from
this,
DC? You're not. Are you like a couple of hours from DC or?
yeah, about 3.5 hours.
Oh yeah, you're not going up there for the inauguration.
Fuck no.
I know, but how did it feel that day? I mean, how did it feel? Did he know Did he know that he was gonna win, or did he have a feeling he was gonna win, or?
I had a feeling of, I was like, ultimately that America is not ready for a female president.
Oh, yeah.
And she made mistakes. So,
well, Mexico just elected a female president.
of course,
It's weird that Mexico is okay with female, but I wanted her to win because I thought it'd be great to have like a Bay Area president and stuff, because I can't run because I wasn't born here. I was born in South America, but
Oh,
I don't know. I don't think she was the right one. You know, I think
well, that's the thing. They should have taken their time. They should have gotten him step down earlier. They had opportunities to reform certain things. They just didn't. They made mistakes. They definitely made mistakes. They ran on the basis that it was more like these are the dangers with Trump, which were legitimate and still are legitimate. But the people, they lost touch with the working class.
Yeah.
I'm a big fan of Bernie Sanders. I'm a big fan of Bernie Sanders. And he said, look, Democratic Party has a choice to make. You're going to represent the elite, or you're going to represent the working class. They have a choice to make. So
Bernie got
but
robbed
again,
twice, but he never really. I felt like he didn't do anything about it. I think they robbed him twice for the nomination. I think
who?
Bernie Sanders. He was.
Well, yeah, he sued the DNC. They screwed him over.
But the thing about it, the DNC is, it's like they're not really regulated. We have this idea that these people are regulated, but the DNC is like a private organization. They can nominate anybody they want. Like,
Well, that's why they
yeah. I mean, we think like they care, but the truth is the whole process. The whole nomination process. But the truth is that Trump is like the only third party candidate to ever have won. I mean, he's the closest third party candidate to ever have won a presidency, which is crazy to think about. But there is a Trump group and there is the Republican Party. They're like two different groups. They kind of joined in at the end. But Trump is like a third party thing, and it's crazy to think like when Ross Perot ran. Remember Ross Perot?
Of course.
Yeah, but it's like, yeah, it's crazy, but the whole system is like, but yeah, I think we need like a Southern Belle type woman. Some woman we're all in love with. We're gonna call her mommy.
Yeah.
We're all in love with her.
Yeah.
And on Thanksgiving, you'll go to the Golden Corral with her, and
yeah, I think we gotta. I'm not saying women get mad, but it's like we gotta find somebody we're in love with because we're so stupid. We're so stupid as men. But I think I just think like the other thing is the women that get into politics, they're great politicians, but they don't have like the warmest personalities. We need somebody like a talk show host type we feel like, oh, they're in love with us. They care about us. Which is weird.
Most Americans don't really pay attention to politics. They just like people to tell them what they want to hear, and then you find out whether they deliver or not. I don't think it's going to be a lot of delivering here with what was promised. The tariffs. I mean, the tariffs are basically, it's like, Kohl's is selling a shirt for $40. They import it from China for $20, so they need to make a $20 profit. But then you implement a tariff. Now China's paying more, so they charge $20 more. So now Kohl's essentially is charging $10 or $20 more. So now you're paying $50 or $60 for a shirt that costs $40. But again, I try and focus on things lately that are like creative.
Well, fuck Kohl's. Kohl's charges double for fat clothing. Fuck that shit. Why should fat people have to pay more money for clothing? Kohl's, they'll charge you double the amount if it's a fat size, Fuck that shit. I don't like Kohl's,
They're profiting off of it. I mean,
oh yeah, I don't know. I never really liked Kohl's, but yeah, the whole tariff thing is weird, because I went to Chile last year. There were like Chinese cars everywhere, and I didn't realize that the Chinese cars have never arrived to America. What do you think about that?
I'm fine with it because we should support, American products. And this is coming from, I'm a pretty liberal guy, but it's like, I'm all about American products. We don't really export anything. I like to support local business and try not to do corporate, even though, sometimes it just happens like that, because Amazon's really convenient and they have, that's just, it is the way it is. But on a local level, I try and shop private business because that helps support local business.
Well,
But
you
yeah, I
know,
mean, the less we could bring in from China because they don't have regulations or anything over there. It's a nightmare, and their stuff can be crap. So,
all our
but
technology
everything
comes
comes from
out of
China.
China, and they could easily decide they want to make all our TVs blow up one day, and they could kill us all. They they could put little bombs in their TV sets, their cell phones, all that shit comes out of China. Like
Hmm.
in the Middle East, remember in the Hezbollah, they blew them up with these
Hmm.
pagers.
Yep.
China could do that shit to us. It's dumb. Our whole house is full of Chinese technology. Well, the
Yeah.
show's over. Thank you for being on, Josh.
Of course.
Oh, give us a promote, a shout out, whatever you got going on. Tell us your socials and whatever you got coming up.
Yeah, when's your cartoon coming on?
Well, we're shopping it around right now. We're waiting to get some feedback from some people that are in the business, and then we're looking to hear back from some investors and stuff. But in the meantime, if you want to check it out, you can go to my Instagram page, which I just posted. Actually, that's my co-writer's Instagram page, and yeah, check it out and share as much as you like. We appreciate that. It's a good project. It has lots of potential.
Oh yeah. And if I'm ever on drugs, I'm gonna go find you.
All right,
I'm gonna
sounds
go-
good.
I'm gonna go find you and stuff. What city are you in again?
Tallahassee.
You had to think of another town. All right.
Oh.
Thank you, Josh.
And you gotta come to Cali. What the hell?
Yeah, I know.
Come
I
to
know.
LA. Are you waiting to get invited to Hollywood?
No,
You're
nothing like
waiting to
that.
fly in first class. Like I'm a big star. Look at me.
All right. I might take you up on that.
Oh yeah, come down and come to San Francisco. Meet us one day.
All right. Sounds good.
Thank you for being on, Josh.
Thanks, guys, for having me. I appreciate it.
Thank you. All right,
Okay, you
Chris,
got it.
give your last minute shout out for whatever you got going on this week and for the holiday.
Yeah, this week I'm gonna go kill some wild turkeys. I'm gonna lose some money in casinos, drink some wild turkeys, and I'm gonna feel bad for the turkeys who are dying.
There you go. All right, we out till
Take care.
after Turkey Day. We'll see you guys next time here on the Rat.